Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a video on the Michigan preview and predictions for our Game 1 game against New Mexico. 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Peacock and NBC. Nothing like starting off Bryce Underwood's career with a primetime NBC Mike Tirico evening game. Maybe even an Iron Eagle. I don't know which one will be on it. But looking at where here, the spread is now set at 34.5, over under 48.5. So what that tells you is they're thinking it's going to be what? Michigan, if I do quick math here, not 42-7, but something around that. So, yeah, actually, I could probably look at team totals. Might be a bit easier to see what's going on there. Yeah, 42-7. I was right. That's the projected score. It's plus money over 7.5 points for New Mexico. So, interesting to say the least there. But I think that I might have a play in this game. I'll look at it eventually. But touchdown scores, Justice Haynes is minus 450. Jordan Marshall minus 320. Interestingly enough, Bryce being minus 155 is very interesting to me. Donovan McCulley plus 120. Samaj Morgan plus 160. Marlon Klein plus 175. Freddie Moore plus 255. DraftKings has Donovan Johnson at plus 200, despite him having a torn ACL. Anthony Simpson plus 340, Micah Capana plus 340, Hogan Hansen plus 500, Kendrick Bell plus 500, Andrew Marsh plus 550. I think that one's something to look at. And then you've also got Scottree Humphrey plus 400. I think that's very interesting. So I think that one's to look at as well. And then probably 2 touchdowns for each of the big guys, but maybe a Donovan McCulley plus 120. I think those are the ones to look at for sure. Andrew Marsh plus 550. I like a ton. As for props in the game, if we look at rushing props, Justice Haynes' line is set at 90 yards. Jordan Marshall's is set a little bit under 90. I think 79.5 is what it looks like here. So basically 80, excuse me. Receiving wise, Don McCulley's is at 43.5 yards. Marlon Klein, 25.5 yards. So if you are looking for that, there's your lines there. I don't really know if I would do that, but hey, God bless. I think if I was to do anything, it'd be Michigan spread. I think this is a good game that they're going to try to go crazy. I wish they had more odds for Bryce passing, but they don't have it there. It'd be nice if they had like a passing touchdown over 1.5 would be fun. But rushing Bryce as well would be very interesting to see what that would be. But that's what we have there. And yeah, Scottree Humphrey plus 400. He is the running back for New Mexico. Basically the only guy you got to worry about. He's a very good running back. Had an incredible season last year at Montana State in the FCS. Actually beat New Mexico last year as a member of the Montana State Bobcats. I think it's Bobcats. If you know FCS heads, let me know down below in the comments. But actually, as I'm literally recording this, Andrew Marsh just jumped up to plus 600 anytime touchdown. So that's very interesting. But yeah, McCulley is also plus 120, something to look at for there. For the rest of the team, New Mexico, they got a lot of guys from Idaho. So if there's a game that you wanted to look at to see what's this team like, Idaho played very well last year against Oregon week 1, had them really on the ropes. And we saw how good Oregon ended up being for the season. They did start very slow with bad games initially off the rip against them and against, who is it? Who else out of hell? Boise State, but obviously Boise State and being a playoff team, so maybe not as much, but Idaho Vandals, very good team. They bring over again most of the defense and the offense, and the running back, or sorry, most of the defense and the quarterback over. So that'll be very interesting to see. I cannot wait for obviously this weekend. I'll be in attendance, waiting to see Bryce Underwood play a competitive game for the Michigan Wolverines. Something that if you told me was going to happen a couple years ago, I'd think you're absolutely insane. So I just cannot believe we're at this point. You know, if you would have told me again this time last year, Bryce Underwood would be the starting quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines week 1, 2025, I think you were insane. But this is just the era of NIL and everything we live in now. So, other things to look out for. I want to see how Michigan has a balanced offensive approach. I think that's going to be very interesting to see. If you look at it, right, you know, Bryce is going to be throwing the ball a ton, I would think, but you're also going to pound the rock. It's Michigan, you know, and the way to lean on these weaker opponents is to run the ball and kind of, you know, get the job done as quick as possible. And Marshall and Haynes, it's going to be interesting to see their different, like their duo and what they play like, if they're like 1A, 1B, if one's clearly head and shoulders with the other one, things like that, and how that's going to end up working. Another one is the receiver rotation. I think you got McCulley up here. You've got Marsh as like the top young guy. I think Anthony Simpson. What's he going to be like? Are you going to actually use him from UMass? Who else? The tight ends we'll worry about in a second, but Fred Moore or Channing Goodwin. Which one of those guys is going to get some action? That'll be something to look at. But we'll see what's happening. I think McCulley could get fed. That'd be pretty sweet. Bryce Underwood, again, like, is he going to run a lot? How much is they let him run? Is it going to be like a JJ situation where they don't let the kid run nearly as much as they probably should, just for worrying about future weeks or things like that? Potentially. But again, like I've said 100 times, it's going to be interesting to see and find out. So let me know down below your comments for the game, your predictions for the game. I think it's going to be 52-10. I think 10 is actually a lot to give up, but I think Michigan's always prone for a late one coming up. So that's all I got for now. Again, let me know down below what you got. Please like and subscribe, and we'll have much more in-depth previews starting with the Oklahoma game. And week 3, we'll probably not do something crazy for Central Michigan, but yeah, maybe I'll throw together a little vlog or something. We'll see what goes on, but yeah. As always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell and notify when these videos come out. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.